All right, what's up guys? We are out on the water today. We're about to be. We're gonna be testing out the new Northstar B17. And yeah, she's a beaut. She is a beaut. So we got a little bit of waves, a little bit of wind. Again, that's a good thing. We're gonna tip it to side, see how sturdy she is, test out this secondary stability that I've heard all about, and yeah, just try and get comfortable, because the goal is to take this boat on a Boundary Waters canoe trip in about two weeks for 75 miles, 9 days. You want to feel comfortable in a canoe, and this isn't as stable. It's not as a flat bottom. It's got more of a round bottom, so it bobs more, but it's supposed to be more stable in waves and all that stuff. So we're gonna try and put that to the test today. We'll be putting the GoPro on the canoe. We'll have this camera on shore, maybe include a couple clips. But anyway, let's get it all loaded up and we'll get out on the water. It's a beautiful day. All right, so what we're gonna do here on the water is we're gonna just head out for a little bit and kind of get a feel for what it's like to paddle, especially in waves. We'll kind of quarter into them. So we'll come in at a 45-degree angle, cut, and then turn and try and see how hard it is to turn with a headwind as you're cutting into these waves. And then we'll paddle like kind of mostly parallel to the waves, because really, we're trying to see when you've got wind and you've got waves, how does the boat behave? How stable and how safe do you feel? How maneuverable is it? And that's what we're trying to find. So we'll just head out and do that. And then what we're gonna do is intentionally let ourselves be broadsided by the waves so that we're parallel to a wave, so that we get caught from the side and we'll sort of bob with the wave using some loose hips and just see how that feels. And then see, how far we have to lean to really feel unstable in that situation. So we'll try that using best practice, using loose hips, and then we'll try it with a stiff core, as if we got blindsided, we didn't see that wave, or we were being distracted by something. Maybe someone's hat flew off, the boat turned a little bit, and then we got hit by a wave. So we're gonna try that. And then we'll come closer to shore. Maybe we'll paddle a little bit closer to the source of the wind so we can get out of it, and just tip to the side and see how far we can tip it, where it really stops, because we want to know, where does that secondary stability kick in? What does that feel like? So yeah, we're gonna try reaching over the edge, see how far we can reach, just see what we can do and feel safe and confident in this boat, because it does feel a little bit tippy when you're in it right away. It just feels like it's gonna tip constantly, but I think that's its default behavior. But as soon as you actually hit that secondary point with a little bit of tip, it's supposed to feel a lot better. So as long as I can trust this boat and know that it's not going to tip with typical best practice, mindful canoeing, which I've ideally been doing for the last 5 years that I've been canoeing, I shouldn't have any problems. Again, it's a little unsettling to feel it tip from side to side as you're paddling, but we can improve our posture, our paddling technique to combat that. So anyway, we're going to get out on the water and start running through it. We'll get you in first, and then I'll push us off. Yeah, that could be worse. Okay. Left and right. All right, now you switch to your right, okay? Ready? Go. Go. Oh, this thing's flooded. I know, right? My dad's leaving me. See how it wobbles on you? Yeah, I don't like that. So that's why we're doing this, is to get some comfort, right? Yep. So we don't need to go any further out, really.
Yeah, I'm just trying to see how it feels when I actually put a little power into it.
All right, yeah, go ahead and. like she wobbles, you know, but
Yeah.
I'm feeling all right with you, you know.
I feel like this is okay, actually. Part of me wishes we had a little more weight to...
Right. Okay, all right. So we got our first wave test.
Yeah,
That's unsettling.
that was a bit
A little
more
bit.
hip rock than normal.
Just a little bit. So let's rock it a little side to side here. Just lean a little to your left. Oh, yeah, slow lean.
That was pretty slow.
All right, we got little waves. All right, I'm leaning a little to my right.
I mean, what is the goal here? To try to...
Just to see how far we can go. Like,
Okay.
how does it behave when you lean? Where does it stop?
So let's say I needed to reach here.
Yep, you're reaching forward. Okay,
Adjustment.
okay. Now, I'm gonna, let's say I drop my hat.
Yep.
Well, actually, let's try and get turned into the waves a little bit.
I was gonna say we wouldn't do it like this.
Yeah. Oh, ho, ho, ho.
This is a lot of rocking for not very much waves, though.
Morning, and we were just going out, you know.
But this is the thing, is this doesn't actually look like much more than calm.
Yeah, I mean, it's not terrible, but I mean, it's still 15-mile-an-hour winds. All right, let's put a little power down, if you can. And you know, like sometimes when we're trying hard to turn the canoe, we're not perfectly powering ourselves. So we're lurching a little bit, we're leaning a little bit, you know, and we're getting hit by waves, especially, you know, we're quartering into them, and then we're like, all right, we got a quarter there, and then we're gonna turn and quarter back to the campsite or to the portage or whatever. So we're gonna have a portion where we are kind of broadside, and we just went through it just like that with not much issue. You know, it's a little wobbly, right?
Yeah, that wasn't too bad actually.
Yep.
One thing I want to try here is I want to try paddling on the right for a second, and if I mean, once in a while I'll have to put the paddle down hard, and I use the side to do that, and sometimes it pulls the side down. So I just want to see how. So let's get moving a little bit, and then I'll hook us and see how much we rock as a result of kind of putting some of that on the gunnel. And we'll just do a, yeah. Ready?
Yeah.
We needed to go hard. Hope it doesn't turn that quick. Oh boy.
Yep. Well, part of it is we're getting a little higher out of the water.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to keep my my torso down
Yeah.
for center of gravity.
That was good. That was pretty good.
Well, not too bad.
And it didn't rock much. I mean, I put a little weight on the side there to, as I do when I plant the paddle down hard.
Yep.
Use the paddle and the side to give you more power.
Let's try and slow down dramatically. Ready? Go. All right. A little bit of rock in there.
Yeah.
But I think
It wasn't the most coordinated.
right. That was right. Just
Wanted to me right in the knees.
center. Right here.
All right, well, I would say that's a success with the B17. So felt a lot better in the waves than I thought we would, and even like getting rocked parallel to the waves as you're really just bobbing, it takes an adjustment. You just paddle a little bit differently, but I think we'll make it work. So Pat feels pretty good about it. Sorry about the wind. Pat feels pretty good about it. I feel pretty good about it, and hopefully it'll go well, especially with an extra 150 pounds of gear in it, with 2 day packs, 2 portage packs, and a food barrel, plus some camera gear, obviously. I think it's gonna feel even more stable. So I'll come out again with Holly. The dog's being a little crazy right now. So yeah, I'm feeling good, and yeah, we'll see you again next time, hopefully on the water. Well, we are gonna pack up and get out of here. We just tailgated here with the cars to get out of the wind. But yeah, it's been a real nice night, and gorgeous sunset behind, obviously. So yeah, felt really good on the water. Feel so much better about this boat since the last 2 times we took it out. Now that I've learned how it behaves, I feel a lot better. So I want to get it out maybe one more time, especially with Pat, before we take it on a 75-mile trip with our 2 buddies in the Boundary Waters. But again, I feel a lot better, and I would say even if I couldn't get it out again, I would bring it. So we're going to plan on bringing it, and it's going to be an adventure as always. So thanks for coming along, and yeah, we'll see you again next time.